the uninvited. The film, however, relied on psychological suspense, and the ghost was rarely seen. By 1981, when producer Steven Spielberg began work on Poltergeist, special effects had advanced to the point where dead characters could convincingly share screen time with the living. To realize his cast of spirits, Spielberg turned to industrial light and magic and visual effects supervisor Richard Edlund.
Poltergeist now was a ghost story set in contemporary times in the house next door. The effect scenes were really the punchlines for the film.
To achieve the startling shot of a giant beast lunging at Steve Freeling, played by Craig T. Nelson, Edlund utilized a technique called forced perspective. The camera was set up close to a miniature door, behind which was a puppet of the beast. Several feet back, a full-size door frame was carefully positioned so it would align with the foreground miniature. When filmed together, the seemingly gigantic monster and Nelson appeared to be just a few feet apart. One year after Poltergeist, Edlund opened his own visual effects company, Boss Film Studios, and found himself right back in the ghost business.
In August of '83, Boss Film was born. We're off and running on Ghostbusters, which we had just 10 months to do.
Not a long time to materialize a bizarre group of ghouls born in the mind of comedian Dan Aykroyd.
They are unhappy, vicious, hostile.
They're like relatives at a funeral, making outrageous demands of your time and sensibility.
Exactly.
Early in the film, the Ghostbusters encounter the apparition of an elderly librarian, which suddenly metamorphoses into a hideous spook. To accomplish the effect, the Boss crew took a life cast or body mold of the actress playing the librarian. This became the basis for an animatronic double engineered by effects designer Steve Johnson.
What I did on this is I had the neck stretch and sink and move forward, the head flatten, the eyes sink back in the socket, the jaw unhinge and swing forward. The clothes were also rigged to tear off as this happened. It was all a cable-controlled thing, and it was all operated by one person.
Ready? Get her!
Ghostbusters' most memorable apparition was a mischievous spewer of ectoplasm named Slimer.
He slimed me.
In reality, the ghost was puppeteer Mark Wilson inside a suit of 1-inch thick foam latex. Wilson's waist and legs, covered in black, would disappear when the film was later combined with location photography. Off-camera puppeteers controlled Slimer's facial expressions via cables, which necessitated his being performed from a fixed position. To create the illusion of flying, the camera was pushed on dolly tracks up to Slimer, making it appear that he was charging toward the camera.
Please. Ready?
There's a scene where he's very tired after running away from the Ghostbusters, and he's panting and flying around the chandelier. We just built a big turntable that the puppeteers could actually ride on.
More energy!
Boss Film's innovative designs and special effects techniques helped make Ghostbusters one of the 80s biggest hits, reconfirming the special place held by ghosts in cinematic history.
Ghosts and American humor are linked forever by groups like the Bowery Boys, Abbott and Costello, Bob Hope. So we're just doing the modern version of the old-time ghost movies.